This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I am delighted to be here helping you with playing the guitar. In this quick answer episode, I'm going to be explaining how we insert bass note runs with the chords A, D, and E. E7 also sometimes sneaks in with those, and this will work for that as well. But I'll go ahead and jump in. Now with this is a skill that builds on the skill of inserting bass notes into strumming patterns and inserting bass notes and alternate bass notes into strumming patterns. So this is part of flat picking. This is a flat picking skill. That's a name used to describe this style. If you need help with inserting those bass note plucks and the alternate bass note plucks, you should check out my quick answer videos on those. I am going to just be jumping in and using a strumming pattern explained in those videos, and that is bass down up, alternate bass down up. Or you could alternatively do bass down, and not have the up strum at all. Or you can have that up strum. If you need some help, this skill builds on top of that one, and I'm just going to jump in straight into how we do the bass note runs. So with the chords A, D, and E, this chord progression that I have on the board will go A, D, A, E, A, D, E, A. It gives us a chance to practice between each of those chords. D and E, which is sort of a rare one to do two. We'll only be doing in the progression D to E. We'll talk about going from E to D though, but it won't be in the actual progression. Okay, we'll jump in. Going from A to D, super common. Now, I've said this sort of thing in other videos that explain the bass note runs between different chords, so you may have heard me say it before if you've been in one of those videos, but the trick to doing the bass note runs between chords is all about the scale that goes with the key. So we're in the key of A. I know that because we're starting and ending on an A chord. A major, the key of A major, has a C sharp, an F sharp, and a G sharp. So my scale is going to have those notes in it. I have an open A on the 5th string, and I could go lower. I would have G sharp, F sharp, and E. So G sharp is at the 4th fret, F sharp is at the 2nd fret, and then that open E. So I could have an A as part of a scale, and I'm going to need those notes in playing this. If I go higher from A, I have the A to the B at the 2nd fret, C sharp at the 4th fret. That's all on the A string or the 5th string. And then I have an open D on the 4th string, and E at the 2nd fret, and F sharp at the 4th fret, a G sharp at the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and then an A. So this one's got some tricks to it as far as using that 4th fret and finding those notes of the scale with the altered notes, the F sharp, the G sharp, and the C sharp. So again, A, D at the 2nd fret, C sharp at the 4th, D, the open 4th string, 2nd fret for E, F sharp at the 4th fret, G sharp at the 1st fret, and then the A. Okay, so once you've got the major scale down that goes with the key, then as we're approaching a chord, it's all about approaching the chord. We're going to need the 2 steps that are just above the note of that chord, the root note, so the note that the chord's named for, so a D in the case of going to D, or an A in case of going to A. So we need the 2 notes that are above that note or the 2 notes that are below, because we're going to approach it. So the way this works in the strumming pattern is on the chord that you're on, so in this case we're on A, gets the bass down up. And then when we're going to do the walk up, we're inserting it in place of the alternate bass down up. So we're going to have one of those notes on beat 3 and one note on beat 4. So when that happens, I need to have notes in the scale. So from going to A to D, if I'm approaching a D note, I have the 2 notes that are below that. I have D, so I have C sharp and B. Those are the notes that are below the D. So if I was going from an A, B, C sharp, D. It's that simple. So A, B, C sharp, D. So I got A, B, C sharp, D. You can do that a few times. B, C sharp, D. So I've inserted a measure of that strumming pattern in front of me. So I can approach it B, C sharp, D. Technically, I could also approach it from higher, so F sharp, E, D. But when I'm going from a chord that has a lower root to one with a higher root, sometimes it's nice to approach it from just below, especially when the chords are a fourth apart. So this is the one chord in the key, this is the fourth chord on the key. The fourth chord is coming up that scale, A, B, C, sharp, D. It's the fourth step of that scale, that's what that means. But I could F sharp, E, D, so I could have A, F sharp, E, D also works. So I'd have A, F sharp, E, D. But the more common one is going to be A, B, C sharp, D. They both work, so either way. Let's look at going back from D to A. So in approaching the A chord, I have A, 2 steps above A, C sharp, B, A. So C sharp, B, A brings me down. So if I was on D, C sharp, B, A. So D, C sharp, B, A, D, C sharp, B, A. That's all that takes. I could also approach it from below. So below the A, I have G sharp and F sharp. So I could come F sharp, G sharp, A, F sharp, G sharp, A. So if I come from the D, I can come from there. F sharp, G sharp, A. It's a little unusual, but I could do it. A little unusual meaning it's chosen less often than going C sharp, B, A. Let's go back and forth between A and D. Either one, but I'm going to use B, C sharp, D, and then I'm going to use C sharp, B, A. The most common one used. Okay, so that gets us from A to D and D to A. Let's look at going from A to E. E to A is going to be the same options as when we're going from D to A, because it's all about how we approach the chord, but we'll look at that as well. So from A to E, well, we need the notes in the chord that precede, come above, or come below. So on E, we have the G sharp, F sharp, E. So G sharp, F sharp, E. So if I go from A, G sharp, F sharp, E. And if I had the A, G sharp, F sharp, E. I can do that A, G sharp, F sharp, E. A, G sharp, F sharp, E. I have A, G sharp, F sharp, E. I got A, G sharp, F sharp, E. Okay, so that's as simple as that. I don't have enough notes below that low E to come up to it, so it is an E. There are no notes below that. But if I were to approach the E that's at the 2nd fret on the 4th string, I would have C sharp, D, E. So if I was going from an A chord up to an E chord that way, I would have the C sharp, D, E, and I could play that E using that bass note. If I don't play it on those higher strings, it kind of sounds funny to go C sharp, D, E, because it's such a big jump from the D down to the E. So this would only really work if you go C sharp, D, and then grab the E that's on that string. So playing a higher voiced chord, so to speak. So not very common. Let's go back and forth between A using the 4-2 open, going to the E, and the 2-4 open, going to the A. So we're using those same two notes, 2nd, 4th fret on the 6th string. Just we're going down to E or up to A. So A, down to E, back to 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 A. Okay, so between D and E, it's the same option. So D, going down to E works just there, down to E. Or if you wanted to do that higher, you could use the higher trick of C sharp D, E. You could come below it, but really, we're using the full 6 strings of the E chord, so the only option we really have is 4-2 open. If I was going up to the D chord though, I do have B, C sharp, D, so E, B, C sharp, D will get you to that D chord. We're not going to the D chord from E, but that's how you do that. But we are going D down to E, and that's what we have. Okay, I'm going to play through this chord progression, sort of demonstrate. You can try playing along with the ones that have multiple options. You can do it any old way and be a little improvisatory about it. You can throw these in where you want. I'm going to go 2 measures per chord. That gives me time to do 1 time through the strumming pattern and then the bass down up walk to the next chord. So here you go, 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and A, up to D, back to A, down to E, back to A, up to D, down to E, back to A, just like that. And I just played A, E, A as a finish off there. Okay, I hope that helps with this super fun thing to do with lots of different songs. Love that driving effect of this style. If I play this progression a little faster. Feel good. It's a great style. If you need help with how to go between other chords, you can check out my quick answer videos on other common chord progressions. There's a few of these out there that take you through the sort of the common chords that this happens with. Hope that helps though. Hope you're having fun with the guitar. We'll catch you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.